Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Give that hot water. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari. Jaya Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari. Jaya Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hari Bolo, Hari Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Gauranga. Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga. Nitai Gaura Hariba, 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 Hariba. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवजगाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की, इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य शिल प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, प्रभुपाद अनुगा की, समवेत भक्त वृंद की, नित्य गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, Text 13. Vilajamanaya yasya sthatum iksha pathe muya Vimohita vikhattante mamaham idi durdhiyah. Please repeat. Vilajamanaya yasya sthatum iksha pathe muya Vimohita vikhattante mamaham idi durdhiyah. Vilajamanaya yasya sthatum ikshapate muya vimohita vikatante mamaham iti durdhiyah. Vilajamanaya yasya sthatum ikshapate muya vimohita vikatante mamaham iti durdhiyah. Go ahead. Anybody else? Vilajamanaya, by one who is ashamed. Yasya, whose. Statum, to stay. Ikshapate, in front. Amuya, by the bewildering energy. Vimohitaha, those who are bewildered. Vikathante, talk nonsense. Mama, it is mine. Aham, I am everything. Iti, thus vituperating. Dhurdiyah, thus ill-conceived. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. The illusory energy of the Lord cannot take precedence, being ashamed of her position. But those who are bewildered by her always talk nonsense, being absorbed in thoughts of it is I and it is mine. Purport: the invincibly powerful deluding energy of the personality of God, or the third energy representing the science, can bewilder the entire world of animation. But still she is not strong enough to be able to stand in front of the Supreme Lord. Nescience is behind the personality of Godhead, where she is powerful enough to mislead the living beings. And the primary system of bewildered persons is that they talk nonsense. Nonsensical talks are not supported by the principles of Vedic literatures. And first grade nonsense talk is, it is I, it is mine. A godless civilization is exclusively conducted by such false ideas, and such persons, without any factual realization of God, accept a false God or declare themselves to be God to mislead persons who are already bewildered by the deluding energy. Those who are before the Lord, however, and who surrender unto Him, cannot be influenced by the deluding energy. Therefore they are free from the misconception of it is I, it is mine. And therefore they do not accept a false God or pose themselves as equal to the Supreme Lord. Identification of the bewildered person is distinctly given in this verse. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Tadati Swapadantigam. Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guruhum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadhi Paschatya Deshadarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vilajamanaya yasya statum iksha pate amuya vimohita vikathante mamaham iti durdhiya. The previous shloka reads, Tasmai namo bhagavate vasudevaya dhimayi yen mayaya durjayaya mam vadanti jagat gurum. I offer my obeisances and meditate upon Lord Krishna Vasudeva, the personality of Godhead whose invincible potency influences them, that is the less intelligent class of men, to call me the supreme controller. Brahma is speaking and he is clarifying his son Narada Muni's statement that you may be the supreme. And Brahma is saying, no, I am not. It is Krishna who is the supreme. I am only acting by the powers given to me by him. He clarifies it very clearly. Don't make that mistake. I am not the supreme. The supreme is Krishna. And then he is also mentioning before this that those who are bewildered by Krishna's illusory energy will think so, that I, Brahma, am the supreme, or they will think they are the supreme, or somebody else is the supreme. I am God, you are God. All this is statements made by people who are bewildered by Maya. That's a statement made by Brahma. And in the shloka we are seeing Vilajamanaya, that material energy which bewilders such people and make them speak nonsense, will not even dare come and stand in front of the Supreme Lord. Why? Out of shame. Vilajamanaya, being ashamed, will not stand in front of the Supreme Lord. So the sloka reads, the illusory energy of the Lord cannot take precedence, being ashamed of her position, but those who are bewildered by her always talk nonsense, being absorbed in thoughts of it is I and it is mine. So two things. One is, Maya is ashamed. Why is Maya ashamed? Why is Maya ashamed? We did not read the purport. Huh? We read the purport. Why is Maya ashamed? Any idea? What is the meaning of being ashamed? Feeling bad. Why? You have done something which is not considered to be very good, not approved. Then you are ashamed. I passed urine in my pants, therefore the child is very ashamed. And I did this, I did that, so I am ashamed. Women have shyness. So, ashamed means, in this context, that Maya is engaged in such a service. The service is to keep people in illusion. Those people who have rejected Krishna, to keep them in illusion. Therefore, she's got a very strange service. Everybody is doing direct seva of glorifying Krishna. She is going and beating everybody who don't worship Krishna. So she's not feeling very good about it. Punishment. Giving punishment is her job. So it's mentioned that she is ashamed to come in front of the Lord. But she particularly prays to Lord Chaitanya. And in Mayapur you will see she got special darshan of Lord Chaitanya. She was not ashamed to be in front of Lord Chaitanya. And Simanta Dweep, in that place she took the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and put in her Simantam, in this place parting hair. So that place is called Shimanta Dweep. You may be having a thankless task, a thankless job of keeping conditioned souls under control. But it is a great service It's not a direct service, we may think. It's not about worshipping the deity, about cleaning the temple room, about making garlands, about directly speaking Bhagavatam, about doing arati. It is an indirect service of keeping conditioned souls under the three modes, teaching them a lesson, making them understand you are not the boss, and making them surrender to Krishna. So that is a little thankless job. Nobody wants to do that so easily. So she is engaged in that service, and so she is feeling ashamed. But the other meaning is that she knows very well the power of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Chaye vayasya bhuvanani vibharti durga ichhan rupam apyasyata ishtate sa govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Chaye vayasya, shadow energy of Krishna, following as a shadow behind. Chaya. So that is why this thing about being ashamed is mentioned. If you are not ashamed, you are an idiot. It's because you don't know. Why is Maya ashamed? Because she knows her position, knows Krishna's position. That's why she is genuinely ashamed. If you are not ashamed and you call yourself God, then you are the other side of it. You are an idiot, and you will speak all sorts of nonsensical things. You may not be ashamed, but doesn't mean that you are correct. You may not be ashamed, but that doesn't mean that you are correct. That is the meaning of Maya giving you bewilderment. You think, it is mine, it is me. These two things are coming from Maya's bewilderment. And when you say that, you become very puffed up, very proud. And when you think like that, you really think you belong to a separate class. That is illusion. That is illusion. Forgetfulness of oneself means definitely coming out of forgetfulness of God. Forgetfulness of oneself is a byproduct of Maya, forgetfulness of Krishna. When you have forgotten Krishna, you will definitely forget yourself. A person who is Krishna conscious all the time, like Brahma, is able to very clearly tell Narada Muni, no, you are wrong. I am not the Supreme. Krishna is the Supreme. He is Krishna conscious all the time, not forgotten Krishna at any time. Such a person will never forget that he is a very small servant of Krishna. Tvad bhritya bhritya paricharaka bhritya bhritya bhritasya bhritya iti mam shmara lokanath. A person who is genuinely humble, a person who is very serious about Krishna consciousness, will actually be very careful how he is conducting himself, because he wants to conduct himself in such a way that Krishna will be pleased. He wants to conduct himself in such a way that Krishna will be pleased. Most people in this world want to conduct themselves in such a way that they will be pleased. It is the other way around. Yanakku good feeling, call me on the stage. Yanakku good feeling, why did you not mention my name? Yanakku, for me, give me recognition, give me, I must feel good about it. But the devotee is always thinking, by what activity that I do, Krishna will be pleased. It does not matter whatever it is. It does not matter whatever it is. So Maya is doing that activity which pleases Krishna, although it is something that nobody else likes very much. Everybody hates Maya. Devotees. Oh, be very careful. Be very careful of Maya. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. All the devotees will speak about Maya. How? And how will Maya feel? She is also a devotee. She is also a devotee, no? Imagine one of you, உங்ககிட்ட இப்போ பக்கத்துலேயே போகாதீங்க, ரொம்ப டேஞ்சரஸ் இவர். யாருமே வாட்ச் அவுட், புட் அ பிக் போஸ்டர், beware of so and so person, full Maya. If you tell how that person will feel. I am also devotee. So Maya, all the devotees, Vaishnavas who should actually give you mercy, they are all keeping away from Maya. Nowhere near I'll go. So that is why she is feeling very ashamed, very bad. That's why Krishna gives her special mercy. You are doing a very thankless job. Nobody appreciates you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much. This does not mean that I want to become a devotee of Maya, because she is very much appreciated by Krishna. Another philosophy can come out. That's what is the meaning of nonsense. Another philosophy, see, nobody likes Maya. I want to glorify Maya. That is nonsense. That means you are under Maya, definitely. So we have to be very careful. Mama Maya Dhuratyaya. Krishna is saying my Maya is very difficult to overcome. Why? It is not that you have to do gusti and do gym in order to overcome. It's so subtle that you will not know that you are under Maya. The best thing is, fellow who is completely under Maya will always say, I am not under Maya, I am. That is why Maya will make you speak. You are under Maya? No, you are not under Maya. You are a very nice devotee. You are wonderful. You are Krishna conscious. You are that, you are this. Inside Krishna consciousness also you can become nicely overcome by your own thinking in some particular way. That's why Krishna is saying Mama Maya Dhuratyaya. We do not know when. The best thing is to positively be engaged in Krishna's service. Positively be engaged in meditating on Krishna, thinking of Krishna. Man mana bhava mad bhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru. Krishna has given instruction. Just keep yourself engaged in my service. Think of me. So it is important for us to understand how to be conscious of Krishna, to be engaged in those activities that are directly Krishna conscious, to always make sure to offer our service consciously to Krishna, to always before we start any service to request the blessing of Krishna and the Vaishnavas, to, if at all there is any success, to attribute it actually, meaningfully to Krishna, and to be very thankful, grateful, and acknowledge the fact that Krishna has been using you as an instrument, and because of Krishna's mercy you are able to be used as an instrument to be able to render that service. In this way we will always be Krishna conscious. The trap is to think that I did it, it is mine, it is me. This is the underlying factor. It's very strong. False ego, very strong. And quite often we will get totally lost in it. That is why we remain in the company of devotees who can remind us that we should not be in ahankar mode. I am the doer. Ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. I am the doer mode. That is very dangerous, especially in devotional service to Krishna. We must be very careful that we always acknowledge service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why great devotees of the Lord, you can see, in the worst of times and the best of times, they'll never forget Krishna. In the worst of times, it's easy to remember Krishna. In the best of times, it's easy to forget Krishna. In the best of times, it is easy to forget Krishna. You become lost. But pure devotees of the Lord, best or worst, whatever it is, sampade, vipade, jivane, marane, both in bad times and good times, they can keep themselves fixed in Krishna. None of these things affect them. So you can see the life of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, that throughout his life, he made a statement that never in my life have I had any moment where I have forgotten Krishna. Prabhupada said that. I have never had a moment in life where I have forgotten Krishna. You can imagine how Krishna conscious he has been. So this is greatness. This is the real meaning of Krishna consciousness. We should learn. So that is why gratefulness to Krishna, gratefulness to Guru, gratefulness to Vaishnavas, Hari Guru Vaishnava, for keeping us engaged. Many times we don't like how we are being asked to be engaged, but that may be the reason why we are remaining in Krishna consciousness. Simply because we are given a chance. Therefore we are Krishna conscious. Sometimes we may think negatively about the person who is engaging us in Krishna consciousness. But actually it is doing the greatest good to you by Krishna's arrangement. In this way, Maya means trying to be comfortable in material life, free from any engagement, free from any hindrance, burden, everything. But Krishna consciousness devotees means they are willing to remain. As far as I am in Krishna consciousness, connected to Krishna, any type of engagement for me is welcome. I want to constantly be engaged in Krishna's service. That's a desire, right? So this understanding of who Maya is, who is Krishna and who am I, is very important. We have to be very clear in our head about who is who. If we make a mistake in these places, big mistakes can happen in our spiritual life. So many times, Prabhupada is saying here in the purport, that very great personalities can get bewildered. Very great personalities can get bewildered. Muhyanti yat suryaha. Moha can affect even the great demigods. And you can forget Krishna. Maya is very powerful, right? But if we follow the instruction of Vaishnavas, of Guru, of the Acharya, then that is the security. That is the security for us to remain always in the shelter of Krishna. So, energies of Krishna, Maya is the inferior energy of Krishna, and it has got a very solid purpose. A very powerful service Maya does for Krishna, keeping all the conditioned souls under control under the three modes of material nature and pushing them to surrender to Krishna, pushing them very indirectly to surrender to Krishna. So this whole material world is an amazing design. On the one side you are pushed by Maya, on the other side you are enticed to become Krishna conscious, and then you are shown only one pathway, only this, surrender to Krishna, like this. So this is a whole teamwork that is going on by various personalities, the Acharya, the Vaishnavas, material nature, and all of them. So all of them know very well material nature's work. Those who are nicely advanced in Krishna consciousness, they know how Maya is operating and what a great seva Maya is doing for Krishna. And because they know position of Krishna, position of Maya, position of themselves, they are not so easily affected by Maya. They are always under Krishna's blessings, remaining free from Maya. So here it's mentioned that all glories to that great energy. I offer my obeisances and meditate upon Lord Krishna, personality of Godhead, whose invincible potency influences them, the less intelligent class of men, to call me the supreme controller. And here it says, they will talk nonsense. They will talk nonsense. Nonsense talk, we don't have to give a big class on it. We know all about it. Because constantly we are hearing people speak nonsense. What is the meaning of nonsense? Means not sensible. What is sensible? What makes sense is what is real. What is not real, when it's spoken about, it is nonsense. When you speak about Maya and Maya's manifestation and Maya's world and everything about Maya, you are speaking nonsense. What a wonderful car he has got, BMW. I also want to buy a car like this. Tomorrow I'll check up this. What a wonderful this. I want. This is Maya's world. All the time you are talking about this, about politics, about power, about name, fame, about sense enjoyment, about this is what you talk about. This is nonsense. We cannot say this outside. How dare you say that? Because all the time they are speaking only nonsense. Sometimes they speak sense when we call them on stage and they say, Hare Krishna Yekatthukku Vanakam. One sentence they speak sense. We give them a chance sometimes. Sometimes they take the mic and in front of us they speak nonsense also. They start doing that. Nonsense is everywhere. Ito nonsense, ato nonsense, yato yami, tato nonsense. Because material world is made out of nonsense. It's made for nonsense. By nonsense. So, it is not something we are unfamiliar with. People who talk nonsense are inspired by Maya. There's a sloka in the 11th canto which says that all glories to that great Supreme Personality of Godhead who sitting the heart of great philosophers inspires them to speak something bewildering to each other, and they argue. They argue about something which is how? Because inside each one's heart the Lord is inspiring them. They get bewildered. Through the agency of Maya, they speak all sorts of nonsense. So speaking sense should be our main business. How to control the tongue and the mind to constantly speak about Krishna. You become automatically sensible person. The world will think you are nonsense. That's the best part of it. People who constantly speaking nonsense will think, what nonsense you are talking? But actually, you are the one talking nonsense. I am the only one speaking sense. Prabhupada is the only person speaking sense in the whole of America at one point of time, telling everybody, chant Hare Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they were speaking all sorts of things and all sorts of speculations against what Prabhupada was saying, against the Bhagavad Gita, against the Bhagavat. But Prabhupada continued to speak the sense. The same principle works. Hitler is known to have said, if you continuously tell the same lie, slowly the lie will become the truth in the minds of people. So he just kept telling, you want to brainwash you, just keep telling the opposite of what you think. Over a period of time you will just succumb to it. That's how Maya works. It's very easy to change people in this world. But the same principle works for if you continuously speak the truth, you will also become truthful. But nobody is speaking the truth. That is the problem. This world is full of nonsensical talkers. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada came and spoke the truth. And he kept speaking it, traveling everywhere, distributing books and propaganda of the truth. He said, do it in a big way. Make a big noise. Chant Hare Krishna on the streets. Wake up everybody to sense. And keep speaking that. People woke up. People woke up to sensibilities. Sense and sensibility. They woke up to it. So, same thing applies. That is why we constantly talk Krishna's names. Chant his holy names. Read the Bhagavatam. Speak. We should make it a point to speak and think about Krishna as much as possible when we meet together. Especially the temple is a place not to come and discuss all sorts of things which are, nonsensical. Temple is a place where you should only discuss about Krishna, devotional service to Krishna, and others who are doing this service, that service, and pray to the Lord, do kirtan. This is not the place to discuss the latest news about Narendra Modi visiting USA. This is not the place to discuss, however you think it is important. This is not the place to, don't come here and waste your time discussing that. That you can anyway discuss outside the compound. Here is a place where you can confine yourself to discuss Krishna. Right? If you are alone, do japa. If you are together, discuss Krishna. If too many people are there, sit down and do kirtan. I call it, if you are single, japa. If you are double, Krishna katha. If you are more than 3, Harinam Sankirtan. If you follow this principle, you will see you will always be very Krishna conscious. Then if you want to talk, you say after when we go out, we will talk. When you go out of the compound, whatever needs to be spoken, if at all, keep it to the minimum. Continue to do japa. In this way, we will all be filled with sense. Keep putting sense inside and cut the nonsense. Don't have to separately stop the nonsense. Just increase the sense, the nonsense will disappear. Actually, nonsense is not very powerful. Sense is far more powerful. Krishna's names and Krishna Katha is far, far more powerful than nonsense. But we are giving power to nonsense by paying importance to it and attending to it. You simply make it a point to fill your life with Krishna, with Krishna Katha, with Harinam Sankirtan. You will see nonsense will disappear on its own without you putting any effort. This is the process that Prabhupada gave us. So when we get together, always make it a point to discuss. Today I read in the Bhagavatam this, I want to discuss with you. Today I have this question, I want to ask you this question. Are you, free? Let us do kirtan together. Let us do some seva. When you come to the temple, fill it up with full Krishna consciousness. Because anyway, when you go out, you are challenged with many other nonsense engagements also. By virtue of the fact that you have to live in this world, you have to do some work, you have to interact with some people. So keep it to the minimum. This way you can design your life according to these shlokas and become successful. Om Tat Sat Srila Prabhupada Ki. Any question or comment? Well, what is there to understand? You already understood it. You have given the answer also in your question. The fact is, you know what is negative and what is positive. That you have understood. So what is good for you, negative or positive? So keep away from the negative. That's all. Indulge in the positive. So go and hold on to somebody who is positive. When you are attacked by this thing, go and hold on to somebody who is positive. That's why we have association. Association is very important. When you know that you are being attacked and you are getting a little negative, then we immediately go and hold on to somebody else's intelligence and they will bang your negativity. And you will say, thank you very much. Right? So that is why association is there, the deities are there, the temple is there. Come here and loudly do kirtan. Chant loudly. Prabhupada told to Giriraj Maharaj, it's there in the Prabhupada room in Bombay. He said, I am feeling morose at times. He said, loudly chant Hare Krishna, it will disappear. It's a conversation of Prabhupada. Loudly chant Hare Krishna, it will disappear. What cannot the Hare Krishna Mahamantra do? So with faith, you loudly chant and engage in Krishna's service. It is just a state of mind, some past karma, mental, this thing. For no reason you will just feel, that's because of your past karma. You just feel depressed and lonely and something. It is just a state of mind. Whatever it is, you can always chant Hare Krishna. Whether you are feeling low or high, you can always chant Hare Krishna. Just like whatever it is, anyway we are going to eat every day, 3 times. Same way, whatever it is, you can chant Hare Krishna and give food to the soul. Take association. Use all the tools actively. Any other question or comment?
Hare Krishna. During the execution of service itself, I tend to forget Krishna. When I'm diving into the details of the service, usually I forget like that.
What do you mean by remembering Krishna?
I'm doing this for Krishna. It is for Krishna's pleasure I'm doing this for. I'm forgetting those things. So I am doing this one. I am taking the full responsibility of this one. The whole burden is on my head. So like that it goes.
That is what is remembering Krishna. Because for whom are you doing? That you have already decided. Otherwise you didn't get into it. You got into it. The rest is all details. You cannot just remember Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Sometimes you have to attend to what you are doing. You need your mind, you need your intellect, you need your physical body sometimes to coordinate some things. But the purpose is for Krishna. That you have decided from the beginning. That's why I said the beginning of the service you take blessing from Krishna. Then you are blessed. Then you know I am determined to do this for Krishna. Then after that you have to be in the details sometimes. It's not wrong to understand, oh, I have to do cooking. Snana Yatra, I am supposed to make 10 items. That is my this thing. How will I make this? That you should know, no? It's not that automatically it will happen if you just think Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. You'll have to put your head into it. You'll have to put your thoughts into it. That is Krishna consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness. It's not that we should just physically think in the mind, this is for Krishna, this is for Krishna, 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 like that. That is too external. Actually, you meditate deeply, fix yourself, I am doing this for Krishna. It requires my mind, my intellect, my physical body, my wealth, and I have decided to perform it. My dear Krishna, please bless me that I may be able to do this seva nicely for you, for your pleasure. In the beginning itself, you take the sankalpa. It's not that all the time you have to be, because you cannot, unless you are a super duper multitasking person that who can also do this and do that. In the beginning stages especially, will be absorbed in the service. I want to do it nicely, isn't it? So the absorption in that service itself is because it is already decided it is for Krishna. So you have to be absorbed also in the details of the service. We cannot build a temple if you simply go there and say, Krishna, this is for you. The contractor will be doing some nonsense. No, it's okay. It's all for Krishna. You have to get involved. Rascal, what are you doing here? This is the drawing. Why are you do this? No. It is for Krishna, so it will all happen. It will not happen. You cannot be foolish. You have to get involved. That doesn't mean you are forgetting Krishna. When Arjuna was on the battlefield shooting, getting angry with Duryodhana and calling him names and all that, Krishna was sitting next to him only. Did he tell him, excuse me, be Krishna conscious, don't speak? He didn't tell him. He didn't tell him anything like that. He is a Kshatriya, he'll do like that only. He's shouting, yelling, screaming and fuming and I missed it, getting angry, everything he's doing. And he's sitting next to him only. Chalega, this is how it should be. Hanuman, he was also there setting fire to the whole thing, to the whole of Lanka. You can see how he was fighting with all of them and setting fire, meeting Ravana and everything. But all the time he was saying Rama, he was thinking of Rama. He's saying that, who are you? I am a messenger of Rama. He kept saying about Rama and kept doing what he's supposed to do. So slowly we learned the art of being in thoughts of Krishna and doing it for Krishna and also thinking about the service. Yes. Initially, sometimes we think that it is not enough, we should do like this. Fine. You meditate on Krishna and you give the fruits to Krishna and don't be very attached to the result and perform it in Krishna consciousness. Bas. It's not bad. Don't think that I am forgetting Krishna. You're doing it for Krishna, it's already decided. That makes it Krishna conscious. That means many things we discuss are actually not Krishna conscious. We are discussing how to raise funds. We're discussing how to conduct the Janmashtami festival, Rath Yatra festival. No, it is for Krishna. We need to plan all those things. Any other question or comment? Yeah.
Material world, we have to judge the people according to that. But in Krishna consciousness, amongst the devotees, we judge instructors.
Amongst the devotees, if you judge, it tends to be offense. Why?
Because they are so sincere to it.
So what? What is the judgment you have to make? He can do better kirtan than him is a judgment. He plays mridanga very nicely, let him play. It's a judgment. It's offense.
He is not in a Krishna consciousness. He is not in a Krishna consciousness.
We didn't say he's not in a Krishna consciousness. Some service he can do better because he studied chartered accountancy. Should he not do the accounts? Somebody else who has not done is better. Naturally, that person also will know that now let him do, it is better. I will assist him. So you should also understand how to incorporate material judgments without offense. We want to do the best thing for Krishna. Right? So everybody should be interested in doing the best thing for Krishna. If everybody is interested in doing the best thing for Krishna, the person who can do it best should be the person who should do it. And everybody will agree with it. Everybody will agree with it. Krishna quotes this example to Arjuna in the Adi Purana. He says that, my dear Arjuna, the gopis decorate themselves, dress themselves, deck themselves up in front of the mirror and everything only to please me. Only to please me, not for themselves. I am looking so beautiful. They don't think like that at all. They do it only for me. They will dress up Radharani very nicely. Why? Because I will get very pleased by seeing Radharani. They are not thinking, why Krishna is not pleased by seeing me? I will also dress up like Radharani. That thought never comes in their head. Krishna likes Radharani very much. Let's dress her up very well. Everybody is involved in that. Even Radharani is involved in that. Main thing is how to please Krishna. So if that idea of how to please Krishna best is there in everybody's mind, there is no problem about these type of judgments. There's no problem with this stage. It's lack of Krishna consciousness that makes it difficult. Always we should all sit together and say what is the best thing to do for Krishna. How Krishna will be most pleased. And whatever that is, we should do it. Prabhupada said often that think how to please Krishna. This is the best way to make decisions. That is not judgmental. There's only one thing we want, please Krishna. So don't think that you are judging some devotee, but that devotee also should be made to understand, he should also understand that we are discussing how to please Krishna best. In that mode, if you discuss, that is a Krishna conscious discussion. It's not judgmental. It's not judgmental. And then of course, whatever Krishna allows to be happened, how it happens, that is Krishna's desire. So we don't mind. Krishna may want something else to happen. We have decided, but Krishna may want something else to happen. That's also okay. Om Tat Sat. Srila Prabhupada ki Grantara